Alrighty, so today I'm going to be putting a leash on Tucker here. And to my knowledge, this is going to be the first time that he's ever been on a leash. So we're going to see what happens here. He's probably not going to like it, but we'll see what happens. And once he calms down a little bit, if he freaks out, he probably will. Then we're going to start doing some leash work and teach him about pressure and like proper leash etiquette and some other stuff. We may throw some obedience in there if it comes to that. I'm thinking that he may freak out too much just because he's never experienced a leash before. But anyway, we'll see how he reacts and we'll see how this video goes. Come here, Tucker. Come here, puppy. Come here. Get over here. Come here. You know something's happening, don't you? Come here. Yeah, he's freaking out, so I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to let him sort this out on his own and figure out where the end of the leash is and what he can and can't get away with. You already going to calm down? No? Doesn't look like it. Good. Here. Quit freaking out. Oh, good. Come here. Quit freaking out. Good boy. He's already figured out how to get the slack. He's figuring out how to release that tension and get more comfortable. Here, Tucker. Freaking out a little bit. Come on, buddy. There you go. Good boy. I'm not even jerking on him or nothing. I'm just kind of pulling and giving a little bit of pressure. This is all him when he comes to me. This is all him. That's not me. I'm just kind of talking him into it with a little bit of leash pressure. Good. Oh, get over here. All the way. All the way. Come on. Come on. Good boy. Yes. No, stop. Good boy. Yeah. That's a very good boy. You're so smart. Yeah. No, stop biting. Come on, Tucker. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Here. He's trying all sorts of ways to get away. Tucker. Come here. Come here. Get over here. Come here. Oh, I know. Come here. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. See, the most comfortable spot for him to be in is right next to me. And you can see that in the way that he's coming to me. He's slowly starting to figure out that if he gets near me, then he's going to be away from that uncomfortable situation. See, he's trying some new ways to get away. Come here. Come here. Come here, Tucker. Biting the leash. We'll figure out that that's not going to work. Good boy. Good boy. That's a good dog. Here, Tucker. Here, Tucker. This will also teach him how to come to me. This will teach the recall, his here command. So I can do that with treats, and I can do that with this. So you've got so what we're doing here is positive punishment. So it's a mix of you're going to learn the leash pressure, and a mix of if you don't come to me, there's going to be a consequence. And then whenever I'm doing this off leash, I use treats, and then he just gets that positive reinforcement. So you mix the two together. Oh my goodness. That was dramatic. You mix the two together and you end up getting a really, really good dog. I don't know if it's showing on the video here, but he just kind of gave up and laid down. I'm going to try to coax him back up. Come here. Come here, Tucker. Come here. Come here. Come here, punk. Hey. Get up. Get up, bud. Alright, well, when this happens, you gotta grab your treats and you gotta bring him back. Because right now, he's in a negative situation in his mind. In his mind, this is the worst thing that could ever happen. And so he's laid down, and it doesn't look like you can see it in the video, but he's over on the end of this leash, and he's laid down and just kind of giving up on life. And he's just shut down, and you can't let him stay shut down. You gotta bring him back up, and you can't force him to get up. You can try to coax him into it, like I was just doing, but obviously what I did wasn't going to work with this particular dog. So I'm going to try to grab some treats and try to bring him up in the most positive way possible. Oh, he's already up. He knows what I'm doing. Come here. Good boy, good boy, here. And then so here comes in the positive reinforcement. No, come here. He's trying to go back to the treat, so I'm going to bring him back. Here, here. This is positive punishment. Come on. Come on. Good boy. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Come on. Good boy. So, since this dog is he's kind of teaching me how to train him. This doesn't, there's no good type of training for one dog, or every dog I mean. So he's just kind of teaching me how to train him. I'm going to let him stop freaking out. Drama, drama, drama. Drama, drama, drama. Are you done? Hey, Tucker. He's still not coming. He's still stressed out, even though I've got the treat. So we're going to do some positive punishment, and then whenever he gets to me, we're going to do positive reinforcement. Come here. Good. Don't jump. Yeah. See? And see, that brings him into a completely different state of mind. Good boy! A little bit of positive punishment there when he didn't come to me the first time, and then reinforce that with a treat. And a lot of dogs, I don't do a lot of puppy training. This is like my second time doing puppy training on a dog that isn't mine. So I'm still kind of learning the ropes a little bit. What works with an older dog isn't necessarily going to work with a younger dog, but every once in a while what works with a younger dog works with an older dog, and sometimes vice versa. So you just got to figure out the dog you're working with. Let them tell you how to train them. Here. Good. And you guys didn't see it there, but he did kind of hesitate, and I put a little bit of pressure on there. No. You couldn't even probably see it. These dogs, you'd be surprised what they can feel through that little neck. How sensitive it can be. Good boy. Now he's learning to follow me. And you can actually, some of my other videos where I was teaching the heel with this treat. The treat thing, that's just a way to shape the behavior. The leash, when the leash comes in, you kind of discipline it and kind of refine that behavior. And then that's where the really interesting stuff comes in and they start getting really good. Here, Tucker. Just a little bit of pressure. Good boy. Yep, positive reinforcement there. And then I'm going to give him a little jerk and see what he does. I'm not going to tell him anything. I'm just going to, let me wait until he goes back over there, I guess. And then I'm just going to see what he does. Nothing. One more. 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 One more. A little bit harder. One more. One more. Good. Took him a minute. He's stubborn. Good boy. Good boy. Yes. So obviously I'm not going to get much obedience out of this. Just because he sees the leash as such a negative thing, I just got to change the way he thinks about it. So basically what that would mean is teach him how to walk on a leash. Once he knows how to walk on a leash, take him out into the world and let him do some fun things. And then get him to think, oh, when the trainer puts this leash on, when Dalton puts this leash on, that means that we're going to go do something fun. And then hopefully, in theory, it should make him to where he's like, oh, here comes the leash. I gotta go get that thing on me so we can go do something fun. Here, Tucker. Good. Oh boy. That was only positive reinforcement. No punishment there at all. Oh, I'll let him get that. I dropped that. He didn't find it. Hey. Here. Good. Oh. See, part of what just happened there is him wanting the treat, so he's coming to me, and then part of it was him, that intensity that you saw, he came right to me. Part of that was him just saying, hey, I don't want this asshole to jerk on me anymore. Here, Tucker. Good. And now he's following the leash. He's starting to figure it out. He's a border collie, so, I mean, he's not dumb. Come here. Good boy. That was a little bit of pressure there that you probably could not see, but you can feel it. That's a good boy. You can't just walk away. That's one of the rules. Good boy. That's barely anything. Yes. Barely any punishment. Yes, that's a very good boy. Can you front? Yeah, you like fun. You want to try to heel? Into the heel position. Heel. Good boy. That. No, you don't jump. You know that. Here. My leash is kind of messed up. Oh. Fell off. Come here. Come here. There you go. You're covered. Good boy. That was a little bit of pressure there. Again, probably couldn't see it. Then just reinforce that with a treat. Like I said, don't, just because this works with this dog, that doesn't mean that you should try it at home, because it may screw your dog up, just because it's not going to be the same learning process for each dog. So if you don't know anything about dogs, definitely contact me or some other trainer you know, just someone, because you don't want to try this stuff on your own if you don't know what you're doing. And it's pretty easy to mess them up. Come here. Good boy. Use those smarts. Good boy. I think probably by tomorrow he'll be walking on a leash. But for right now, I'm just kind of teaching him the pressure and all that. A lot of times I'll get dogs that are so bad that I've just got to go and get a chain and hook them up to that fence out there and just let them yank on it until they figure out how to react to that pressure. They'll just be so bad, they'll just drag you around all over the place. Good boy, a little bit of pressure. That's no pressure at all. Here's a little bit. now I'm not even going to give commands because he's following the leash. So I'm just going to walk and make sure that he follows. Walking away, there's some pressure. Good boy. Every dog gets a different amount of pressure too. You just got to figure out what they react to. And even once you figure out what they react to, throughout the training process, that leash pressure is going to change. It's going to get a lot less if you're doing it right. If you're doing it right, that leash pressure is going to change and it's going to get a lot less throughout the training process. And he might completely backslide. We may have to redo all this tomorrow. But I kind of doubt it. You just never know what they're going to do. You can't predict anything. Any trainer that says that they can guarantee something is full of shit. Don't talk to them. You want to find the trainer that will admit that he can't guarantee anything. Good. Pressure. That was more pressure than the last time to get him to listen. Good. So what I'm doing, oh, stop. So what I'm doing, I'll show you here. I'll hold this so I'm not giving him pressure that he doesn't need. So I can feel everything that he's doing through this leash because it's not hooked to a collar, it's just hooked to his neck. And so I'm giving him as much pressure as the amount that he's resisting. So as he's going, and I feel the need to give a little bit of pressure, I'm inching, and then the more he resists, the more pressure I give. And then that way, you're only giving them the amount of pressure that is needed to make them respond. And he's not real bad. I don't even have to jerk him. Some dogs, you have to jerk them a little bit. He doesn't need that hardly at all. Like you saw earlier, whenever I did the jerking, he actually responded negatively, and it actually became an issue for him. And so now I know how to train him. And jerking it on him that's gonna make him backslide. So there's no point in doing it. Just because you see somebody else doing it and it works, just because it works with, let's say I had 20 dogs in here and it worked with every single one of them. Well, just because it worked with 20 other dogs doesn't mean that it's gonna work with this one. Just like a kid, you gotta figure out what they respond to. That's good boy. Good. Yes. You're so smart. Let's do this. Come on. Yeah. Yes. Yes. You're so smart. Good boy. Yeah. Nope. Right now his biggest thing is figuring out that he can't just walk away. He'll come to me, but he's coming to me because one, I'm using methods of pressure to make him want to come to me, and two, once he does get to me, he's gonna get rewarded. So he just needs to figure out that he can't just walk away. That's where some of the discipline stuff comes in. No. Here, Tucker. Good. Good dog. You probably noticed that. You may not have seen very much tension in my leash, but that reaction says it all. Let me do a sit. Good. Ooh, how about a down? Huh? We were working on down. I haven't done a video of down yet, I don't think. I might have, but he knows the hand signal now for down, so we'll see if he does it. We've been doing it at home, and this is a different environment that he's never done it in. So dogs are weird, so we take them into a different environment, and they may act completely different than they do at home. So we'll see what he does here. Come here. Get over here. Good. Okay. Nope, stop. Down. Good boy. Yeah. That was a good session. Here, get a bonus. Yes. Here, get that one you lost. Okay. Well, guys, until we meet again.